All right, I am working with 4 different colors of yarn, and instead of coming to the end of a particular color and then cutting the yarn, I am going to carry the different colors up the side of the work. So what I'll end up having is 3 colors carried up the side as I'm working the 4th color. All right, so I've got my 4 balls of yarn. I think only 3 are in the shot, but I've got 4 different colors of yarn. I have the red yarn. My next row is going to be a red row. And I have the other 3 strands that I've started carrying. You can see here, I've got the yarn wrapped around the working yarn. And in order to do that, so the next color I'm going to use is red. In order to carry the yarn up, I'm going to lift it behind the needle and to the left. If you can see here, my working yarn is coming from under the strands that I'm going to carry. And here's a tip, is that I really like to carry the yarn and at the same time move the balls of yarn around, because if you don't, these two will get twisted around each other. And so you'll spend time now or spend time later to do it. I prefer to do it in the moment when I'm switching colors. So since I don't want to end up with a tangled mess, I'm going to just pick up the red yarn. I picked it up from where it was, which was under the strands I'm carrying, and I'm just going to place it to the right, because the next thing I'm going to do is begin knitting. And you'll see here the strands are now twisted around each other, and the yarn I'm going to use is coming from under those strands that I am carrying up the side of the work. And we'll just start knitting as we would normally. And you can drop, I was holding it with my finger, but you can drop that now and just keep knitting across the row. And what you'll see is that these strands are getting kind of twisted inside whatever yarn you're working at the time. So that's what I'm going to do instead of cutting each of the yarns when I get to the end of a color.